So I used to live in Michigan, and almost every day, weather permitting, I would take my dog for a walk. And our favorite place to go was a park that had a lake, a big lake. And routinely, I would come across during the warm months of the year where people that were fishing had left their fishing line, either waste line where they had cut it off when they had put on new line on the rod and reel, or sometimes their fish hooks would get caught up and entangled in the water and they would just cut the line loose. So there would sometimes be a bobber and a whole bunch of fishing line around the edge of the lake. And so I was routinely cleaning it up, and sometimes I would make friendly reminder videos to remind people that if they fish or if they happen to be out and they come across monofilament fishing line lying around, to please pick it up and to dispose of it in a way so that it, even when it ends up in the landfill, which is ultimately where everything ends up, to bundle it up in a way using tape or tie it into really tight knots, so that wildlife will be far less likely to become entangled in it. Because when the birds or the small animals or even the fish get entangled in it, it leads to a slow, miserable, painful death or loss of limb through amputation if they get a constriction from being tied up in monofilament fishing line. So that was when I lived in Michigan and walked around a lake. Makes sense, right? People go fishing at the lake. Well, today, as you can see, I am on the top of a mountain. There is no lake. There are no ponds. There's not even a creek up here where I'm at. There's a few tiny streams around, but they're all the way down, toward the bottom of the mountain. And lo and behold, at the tippy top of this mountain, I found monofilament fishing line. And I scratched my head wondering how it even got up here. Like, there's so many scenarios that my imagination runs through thinking, how did this even make it to the top of this mountain for me to find on this hiking trail? So I think, maybe somebody had it in their pocket and it fell out, or, maybe somebody was using it as part of their hiking gear. More likely than not, this fishing line made it up here by being attached to wildlife. That's more than likely the scenario. Either a bird was entangled in it, or maybe some small animal lugged it up here, and who knows how long it's been up here. Now, I don't know that for sure, but regardless, the fact that I found it strung out and, partially buried and partially surfaced, matter of fact, a lot of it was on the surface, means that just by being here, it poses a threat to wildlife. So I've picked it up. What I'll do is I'll bundle this up. I'll take it back with me in my pocket, but when I get back home, I'll tie it into a really small bundle, and then I will wrap it tightly in tape, and then I'll dispose of it that way. And that reduces the risk that wildlife will get tangled up in it and be made to suffer. So from the top of the mountain, just yet again, a friendly reminder to always be courteous to the natural world. There is a natural order to things, and sometimes we humans can interrupt that natural order. And a lot of times it's unintentional, but we really are the source of a lot of undue suffering for little innocent creatures that are just trying to get by in this world. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.